Welcome to In the Green Room. I'm Kinga.
And I'm Chet.
Richard here.
And Angel Virtuoso.
Welcome
Angel
back.
Virtuoso.
Thank you.
Yay.
Great
Artist,
Exciting.
fashionista. What are other self-titles you would give yourself?
Being multi-hyphenated is so... but creative director, event coordinator, fashion stylist.
Okay, cool.
And you've got a big show coming up December 14th.
I do. It's called the Black Heart Event, and this is the 4th year that it's happening. I'm so
4
excited.
years.
Oh, really?
4 years.
But the first
Heck
time
yeah.
in this new space, yeah.
The first time in this new space. I'm so
Where?
excited. This is the biggest show yet. It's going to be at the Arizona 1 building in the Arizona Center.
Do you know
That's
where that
awesome.
is?
It's getting
Yeah.
bigger.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's growing.
Definitely.
3rd Street in Madison, the
I
Arizona
love it.
Center.
It's 3rd Street
Oh,
and
Arizona
Van
Center.
Buren,
Oh,
actually.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
There we go.
Yeah.
And tell us what this event means. Like, what are you
The
trying to
purpose
accomplish? The
and-
purpose,
yeah.
yes.
Absolutely. So I created the Black Heart event to really get my community together. I wasn't seeing a lot of unity and just people wanting to be in the same space and, you know, accelerating their art together. So
when you say your community, you're talking about a multifaceted arts community.
yeah,
Kind of.
fashion, arts,
Yeah.
people who appreciate the arts, you
Yeah.
know,
Mhm.
professionals.
What kind of arts?
Anything from sculpture to fashion to painting. You know, there's so many different kinds of artists, metal artists out here, you know,
Clothing.
metalsmith, clothing, all types of things. Even people who like refurbish furniture. Like I
Right.
just
yeah.
want everybody to get connected with the people that are around them.
Or people who make shoes.
That's so
Yeah,
awesome.
with
That's so
lots of
awesome because we
design.
talk about on this show a lot how art and music are really what make life beautiful.
Yes.
And what give life its meaning and interesting aspects. So any type of event that's promoting artists is doing so much more than people give it credit for.
Yeah.
Because without music and without art, the world would be a boring existence. It
Exactly.
would be.
No fun at all.
Well,
Yeah.
it would be, there's been examples of that in history, and you wouldn't want to.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to live there.
Yeah.
You know.
Certainly not.
Yeah.
In addition to it being about networking and, you know, gathering community, it's really about getting artists to be able to showcase themselves in a genuine way while being a part of someone's production. Because I've been a part of many people's productions, and a lot of the times they have a very clear-cut vision on what they would like you to do based off of what you already do. With the Black Heart event, we simply want people to come, showcase their skills, talk about their new skills, what are their goals and desires, and see how we can fit them in the event, you know? And sometimes it's challenging for people, just like, say for instance, I have a painter and they usually just do canvases at home. Well, maybe they've never done a live painting. We want them to go live paint
Yeah,
and really
yeah.
get themselves
That's-
out
I
there.
love that.
Yeah.
And show the action. Show
Mhm.
Yeah.
how it gets done.
So if a live painter is
Beautiful.
listening right now and they have interest in performing there, is it too late? Like, are you already filled up for it, or?
I do
That's a good
have
question.
quite a lot going on with this show.
Okay, so
yeah.
maybe next year. Maybe next year.
for
Okay,
sure.
cool.
Yes.
So how many artists do you have already representing for the December 14th show?
So this is a very multifaceted show and it changes each year. But this year we have the fashion show going first.
Mhm.
Usually we'll have the fashion show being our last closing act, and then all of the festivities, readily available for people to enjoy. But this year we're doing the fashion show first.
That makes sense.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does
Um,
make sense.
I have 3 designers or outside of myself, so 4 total. This will be a very clear-cut fashion show, but then we'll move into the afterglow. That's what we're calling it.
Afterglow.
Afterglow.
And that is where all of the multimedia things will take place. So we have sculptural artists who are presenting just for our event. We have installations, and installations looks like, say for instance, we have a plant shop that's sponsoring. They're gonna come and put together just a nice display of plants, and we're gonna make it very creative.
Wait a minute, go back to that. Installations are plants?
Well, installations are displays of something.
Yeah.
So like,
Art installation.
yeah,
can
like when
be
you go to a museum.
anything.
Because I think that's cool to have plants being displayed in
Yes.
an art form.
So that ties in the reason why we have the plant shop, and they're called Pueblo. They're on Grand Ave. Spectacular
Oh,
spectacular
really?
plant shop.
yeah.
basically our theme is Elysian Symphony this year. Elysian is basically meaning a paradise. So the general view or decor will be installation meets overgrowth. What is it? Industrial meets overgrowth.
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna.
Industrial meets overgrowth.
Yeah, because the venue, which I want to show you guys, is freaking
Show
crazy.
us.
Super industrial.
We
Yeah.
want to
And,
see it. We want to see it.
Here,
We're
I'll show you
excited about
first.
it. Wow.
You're saying it's in downtown Phoenix,
It's
right?
in
For people that
downtown.
are listening and want to. Oh wow, that's awesome.
Where is that?
Oh, and that's high up, so good
Yeah.
views. Then
11th
too. Very
floor.
cool.
11th floor.
Very
What's
cool.
the square footage?
The square footage, I believe, is like 11,000 feet.
Now
And
we're
Where is
talking.
it?
this is at 400 East Van Buren. So
Okay.
it's within the Arizona Center,
Yeah.
but there's a tall building
It's a tall
named
office building.
the
Yes.
Arizona 1 building. And so
Yeah.
that's the specific building. It's right next to the APS building.
Did you find it yourself?
So someone actually showed me the building.
Anyway.
Faith Burton of the
Like
Arizona
her.
Center. She runs the whole operation.
Mhm.
So she brought me up there one day and she's like, Angel, I gotta show you something. And when I saw it, I was like, whoa, this is crazy. What? And then I ended up doing a fashion show there, working someone else's fashion show. And so I've been in this space
Mhm.
multiple times to be able to grab the feel. And it's just mine. It's perfect.
So the space is available for people to lease for events.
Yes.
Right. Yes.
And that's, they're not looking to fill it up with office space. They're leaving that space as is as an event
For an
space.
event?
Absolutely.
That's cool.
As
That's
far
very
as
Very cool.
right now, just because the building is under a lot of reconstruction and renovations,
Oh, okay.
they're doing quite a lot with that building. But for now, it definitely serves as
For
an
now,
event
okay.
space.
So it could be turned into offices eventually.
I don't think it's going to turn into
Good.
offices.
Well,
I know.
this reminds me of a space.
She knew something. She
I
knew
know
something top
something.
secret.
I can't say. I
Something.
can't say it.
What's it gonna be?
Too
We're gonna get it out of
soon,
you.
too
What's it
soon.
gonna be?
You
Is
know,
it? Okay.
the arts organization here, what's it called? It's the Big Arts Association.
We'll think about it and we'll talk about it.
Anyway, because they were doing their gala every year.
Oh, the Art Link.
Art Link, thank you.
Yes.
Up Midtown there, you know what I'm
Yes.
talking about? And that they had a huge 11,000 square foot space.
That is it.
That they had installations and stuff going on. So
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah, I wasn't
Yeah.
present, but
they did that for several years. I went a couple of years. It was
Oh.
cool to be in that kind of a space, though. But what you're doing sounds even more,
Artsy.
well, not artsy, but just-
Multifaceted.
yeah.
yeah, I'm a Gemini. My brain runs a mile a minute, like actually
Are you June?
1,200 miles a minute. I'm May. You would think that I'd be more calm like a Taurus because I'm May 25th, but no.
So Chet, you have a relative that's
What?
Gemini.
Cool.
His dad-
What do you want me to
his
do with
dad's a
this
Gemini.
information? Okay, but
His
what am
dad's
I
a
supposed to do with this? Cool. Good to know.
So does that are Geminis typically split personality?
I would say it's more so of indecisiveness rather than a split personality. I'm extremely indecisive, and it's only because I want the best for everyone, and usually that excludes myself. So I'm like, how can I appease? It's kind of like people pleasing in a way.
Mhm.
But like some Geminis, they may not really care that much about people's like feelings. So that's where insensitivity comes in, and that's when people, I feel, attach that to split personality or being like fake, because like
But it's interesting because it sounds like you care so much about what other people
Yeah.
think and want to make everybody happy. So it's like it's not everybody is into one cookie cutter mold of a
Gemini.
no, not a Gemini, but their astrological sign. Like you're not going to have every single quality from it.
Right.
It's just a tendency,
yeah,
at
absolutely.
least in my opinion.
But with all of this hoo-ha and roaring running around in my brain, it gives me the capacity to handle stuff like this event that I'm
Yeah.
throwing, and
Yeah.
just like handling a lot of different projects and stuff.
Well, it's not
So
the same.
what else does it entail?
Because you have stuff going on in your brain doesn't mean you're not totally organized.
Right, yeah, you're right, because I really am. I just
Yeah.
showed you my notes.
I saw that. So, yeah.
So
One-
tell us what. So
running
what,
an
what-
event
what's gonna
that
go
size
on?
is
Tell,
gonna take a lot.
give us like the itinerary. What's going to be happening?
Yeah, for sure. So from 2:30 to 3:30 p.m., there will be a VIP only pre-show mixer.
Okay.
They'll be able to, mingle with each other, mingle with models, mingle with myself, the other designers present, even the sculptural artists, just, people from the event, and getting that special time by themselves to enjoy the views because it's spectacular.
Mhm.
And so what would the cost be for that?
The VIP ticket is $150.
Okay.
And it doesn't just come with a VIP mixer. It comes with swag bags, drinking open bar all day, all night for both parts of the event.
Oh, the open bar is huge.
The open bar is huge. Exactly.
Yeah.
We know a drink can cost us $20 nowadays. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But it also comes with tickets to both the fashion show and the afterglow. And it's some other stuff for sure. I definitely want to make sure people get their money's worth, and I'm all about providing an experience. So
Well, that ties in. I was gonna ask about for people that are going, what are the food and drink options? And it sounds like there's an open bar, which is awesome. And because it's one thing I forgot to mention, because I just said, music and then art. But one thing that doesn't get celebrated enough and can become an art form if it's done well enough are like food and drinks, like a
Yes.
chef or a
Oh,
mixologist who's really like putting their heart and soul into making that drink or that food. That can elevate to become an art form. I actually was just listening to
Yes.
this on a podcast where they were talking about how fine dining really is like edible art. Like if you're going to a really
Sure.
elevated
Yeah,
restaurant.
art.
So
absolutely.
it sounds like there's going to be drinks there. Are there going to be food options too, or should people eat before they go?
For the most part, I think
Good
you
question.
should definitely eat before you go.
Oh,
I
really?
would like to have hors d'oeuvres for the VIP. My priority is the VIP. I'm not worried about catering food for the general admission, you know?
Yeah.
I definitely want to make sure that the VIP feel like VIP.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, we make sure they're drinking champagne, they're drinking nice, or cocktails, and getting them some hors d'oeuvres to fill up on before the show. And then the general admission, just come enjoy the show. The fashion show is literally an hour and a half. I'll keep going over the show flow with you guys, but I feel like with that 2-hour break in between the afterglow and the fashion show, people should go get food. Yeah.
Oh.
But in the open bar is for VIP only.
Yeah, of course.
Why
But
aren't
will
there,
GA still be able to go and buy drinks?
Yeah,
Okay,
we're
cool.
gonna get them drink tickets. So we cannot sell alcohol through this building. It's completely an office building, or was,
What?
So that's
Wait,
the
wait.
loophole then
That's the
you're
loophole.
giving them the drinks with their ticket.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll be
Oh,
able
you
to
can't
purchase them.
sell the drinks, but you can
Right.
give it to them.
Like I can't make the physical transactions.
Okay.
However, I can, when you're coming in to check in and we let you up to the 11th floor, I pass you a few drink tickets so you can purchase them for a few bucks, $3, $4, you know what I mean? Grab your 3 drinks. I'm capping people because go somewhere else. It's a Saturday night.
Yeah.
Go somewhere
It's a
else
fashion
after this.
show.
You know what
it's
I
not
mean?
a drinking contest.
Right,
yeah.
right. We're trying
Have
to
a
have
few
fun.
to get buzzed, but don't be throwing stuff at the stage. Yeah.
Exactly. But so I'll go back to the show flow. 2:30 to 3:30 is the VIP mixer. From 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. we will be allowing seating. Because of the fact that it's a large building, so it echoes, and it's definitely like it stands on its own. So when you come up the elevator, you're going to make an entrance. You know what I mean? So we want people to sit within the hour of 3:30 and 4:30 p.m. for a correct start time of the fashion show at 4:30 p.m. By 6 p.m. we'll be done with the show. And then everyone will take a break so we can set up for the afterglow, get all of our installations and stuff in there. Yeah, it'll be a quick 2-hour turnaround, but everybody knows what they're doing. I'm so grateful for all these people.
So basically, don't get there at 4:45 because then you're gonna
Right.
make a big entrance and distract from the models and
Yes.
outfits. Yeah.
Unless you want to make an entrance, chat.
And be
In
rude
which
to everybody. That's
Security will escort you back down to the lobby. This is very serious to me. I have one of the designers is coming from Tucson, and a lot of his models are either from out of the country or in Tucson, some from Phoenix. And then we have the hair team coming from Tucson as well. You know, a lot of people are putting their time and energy into this, so we want to make sure that people respect.
So get there by like 4:15 at the
Yeah.
latest. Don't be any later than that.
Yeah.
Okay,
for
so
sure.
what are we fashioning? What are the models gonna be wearing? Is it anything that is sustainable? Tell us.
Always sustainable.
Okay, well tell us
Always
how.
sustainable.
How do you define it?
Absolutely. So we have our first designer is Billy. He runs Pop Triggered Creative Studio, which is a production studio. He's a sustainable designer using like, what are those things when you attach like a tag to something and you have the plastic piece that's like, you know what I mean? Like if you're in a retail space, you like attach the tag to something and it's like a like,
I'm trying to think of what it's
plastic piece of-
called though.
I don't know
The
what
price
it's
tag?
called. Yeah, but it's that plastic thing. Anywho, he uses stuff like that, like just these odd materials to create texture and gravity with his garments. So say for instance you have a suit jacket. This is one that comes to mind. A suit jacket, and then he puts all of those plastic things sticking up from the sides, from your shoulders and your arms, so you look like you're kind of like growing grass out of your shoulders.
Cool.
You know what I mean? Like it's super cool.
That is cool.
Very sustainable. Our second designer is Madison. She is a graduate of ASU FITM. Super proud of her. She just has some stuff.
FITM.
FITM. Yep.
FITM.
Oh, I like
She
that
has some
name.
stuff at the LA Coliseum and also in San Fran
Wow.
recently. And I'm super proud of her. She's a very sustainable designer, cut and sew designer as well. Then our third designer.
Well, let's go back to her. How?
Mhm.
What is she doing that's
Oh, right.
sustainable?
So I remember her last collection. She told me that she was using parachutes to
Wow.
construct her garments. So
That's cool.
That's really
super cool.
cool.
I'm like, the creativity is running rampant.
Where would you find the parachutes?
I don't know.
Oh,
I
you
don't
can
know.
find
But
them.
come to the VIP
That's
mixer
really
and you
smart.
can ask her in person. You know?
So she takes that and makes dresses, or what is she making?
Her style is actually very like it's femme androgynous because it's like parachutes. So she's really tapping into that style where she has the parachute pants or like, you know, wider pants and like more functional designs.
Comfortable.
Very comfortable. Like I could see me riding in an ATV and being very comfortable in her designs, or you know, skydiving or something. Like it's
I
just
love
so functional. You know,
Parachute for skydiving.
parachute.
That
I didn't
makes-
even mean to do
yeah.
that, but wow.
Wow, there we
So
go.
the actual clothes turn into a parachute.
It's a
Wow.
full circle.
Oh, this could be on James Bond. You push a button, and your dress turns into a parachute.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's
Wow.
cool. That's tricky. Tricky,
Wow,
tricky,
love
tricky.
that.
I love that.
The
So
third
what was
designer.
her name?
Oh, her name is Madison.
Okay,
The third designer, her name is Kismet. She owns.
Kismet.
Yeah,
I've heard that
Kismet.
name.
She actually owns an accessories company, and then that's through a manufacturer, but her actual styling with her clothes is of sustainable quality. She goes thrifting, discounts,
Wow.
you know, or just really pays attention to the brands that she's getting it from. So we love that.
Kismet.
Kismet.
And what's
yep.
her style?
Her style is so Barbie. Oh my gosh. It's
Oh,
Barbie.
So
I love that.
Barbie.
Yeah.
So fun. The big glasses, pinks, purples, oranges, blues, lots of accessories, pearls. Like she has pearl bras and like, you know what I mean? Just
I love that.
that really high fashion girl.
Do you have a
girly
picture
girl.
of this?
Yeah, actually, her accessories company is called Honey Bellishments. But I'm
Honey
gonna show you.
Embellishment.
It's so cute.
And how long has she been around? And how did you find her?
So me and Kismet met in the fashion industry through Tracy Thomas, who owns the Garment League. But
Wait, Tracy Thomas, is that a woman?
Tracy Thomas, yeah,
Tracy?
Tracy.
Tracy.
Mm-hmm.
Tracy
Yep.
Thomas. Okay.
Also, I've been really great friends with her ex-partner. So I've known her for so many years, just so
Okay,
many
okay.
years. Yeah, we're intersected for sure. But just, like,
Intersected.
very girly.
Ooh.
Very girly, high fashion, you know. She just has all the accessories, all the cute clothes. Her shoes, she
Oh,
loves
I love
Betsy
it.
Johnson shoes, and you know what I mean. She's like,
Yes.
you just want to put her on a horse in a carriage or something and let her ride away in the wind.
I
You know,
see
she
exactly what
deserves-
you're saying. And
Yeah.
that's Kismet.
That's Kismet, yeah. And it gets better than that. That's just her personal style. I showed you her personal page, you know.
Okay.
But she's the third designer, and then I am the closing designer. I'm a stylist, so I will be styling a bunch of pieces. But my style is very high fashion as well. Super editorial.
What's your style though?
I love textures and prints and combining a lot of things that you just maybe wouldn't put together, but it's all a formula for me.
Such as what? What are 2 things you would put together that most people would be like, oh, we put that together?
Absolutely. So one look that I did for a fashion show, it was my look. I had this like asymmetrical tiger print dress. It was very long and it's one shouldered. Then I layered a tiger print skirt on top of the dress because it was a little bit lighter in tones, but it had 2 like darker lines that coincided with the bottom layer that also had these 2 darker lines. So it looked like it was together, but it wasn't. And then underneath all of that, I put on this black, white, and like brown zebra shirt, but it looked more like tiger print too. So it just all went together, and that was long sleeved. So I was just like mixing all of these patterns, and I put on silver slip-in like 6-inch like platform shoes, and they're like crocodile embossed. So it's just super cute, you know what I mean? But I don't know if I was to explain that.
It sounds very creative. I like that you are not just wearing like something that everybody's seen before. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you did a great job explaining it because I can visualize it.
100%.
So, describe the difference between a stylist and a designer.
Yes. So I have a lot of respect for people who cut and sew in the industry. It's a very tasking task. It takes a lot of time. That is a designer to me.
Yes.
Someone who takes their time and constructs the garments from a pattern. A stylist to me is someone who knows how to put together things based off of things that are already solidified. So yeah.
Wait. So say
Which
the
in
second
some
one again.
way-
So they put something together from what's already solidified.
Yes. So
Okay.
if you gave me 4 pairs of pants, 3 shirts, 2 pairs of shoes, and some accessories, I'm
And
going to
you
mix
designed
up.
it.
Yeah, I'm going to mix them up and find ways to wear them together, different outfits for you.
That's
And
a designer.
That's styling.
Oh, styling.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
If I was a designer, I'd be, you'd maybe say, oh, I want a dress. And then I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to go find these patterns. I'm going to go find the fabric. I'm going to sit at my sewing machine and construct this garment for you. And then I'll deliver this dress to you. And now you have a dress made out of nothing.
Then you
know what I
style.
mean? No, that would be the designing.
Okay, designing.
We had a show recently where we talked to
From fabric.
yes.
Angela Johnson.
Yes, and
And she knows Angela Johnson.
she went into
Amazing.
depth about how difficult that process is for designers from going like from the concept to actually like mass producing it.
Yeah.
It is such a difficult process and so risky because there could be a mistake like with however many number of prints there could be a ton that have mistakes, and then that's just lost money.
Exactly.
So it really is important to support these local designers because it's like supporting local artists because
They are local artists.
well, yeah, it's literally the same thing, but they have such a more difficult way to break into the industry, I guess is what I'm saying. If you're trying to make it just as a musician, all you have to do is find a stage that's willing to let you go on. But as far as making it as a clothing designer, it is so many more obstacles from, oh, I'm good at this art, but to actually produce it, it is so difficult.
Yeah, and that's why I clarify. I love that people see what I style and they're like, wow, that looks like it was a design. But I just have so much respect for designers, and that's eventually something that I would like to learn is how to cut and sew.
As a stylist, though, isn't it sometimes you can take a piece of clothing and alter it a bit?
Yes,
Right?
absolutely. So styling and designing is like hand in hand.
Yeah.
I feel because we do a lot of alterations. We're fitting. We're like sourcing. You know what I mean? And that can take a long time too. Just as the designer's process going to source fabrics, we're going to source clothing,
Right.
and
And then do something creative with
do
it.
something creative with it. And the person may not like it, so now we're spending money and time and energy doing that, and then the customer may not like it, so we have to go back and tailor it and just make sure that everything is what the customer wants.
When they don't like it, is it heartbreaking?
I think I've gotten over that because I've been in the industry for 7.5 years. At first I was like, oh, you don't like how I style, but then I had to realize everybody has a different style, and so I wouldn't want to put someone in Western wear if they were a pageant queen. They're not gonna like that very much. You know
That's
what I mean?
Good example.
So there's no need to take it personally. Sometimes you're probably just finding the right fit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so you accept individual clients to do work for.
Yes.
Someone comes to you and says, hey, I want something really interesting, and this kind of, they give you a basic idea of what they might be looking for. Well, that's really cool.
Yes, so there's a few different ways that I do styling. I have a closet cleanse, which is where I come and I am going and sifting through your closet, making sure that everything still fits.
So that's important.
Yeah, it's super
Man,
important.
I worn that shit in 3 years.
Exactly.
Well, now I'm going to transform it for you a little bit.
You know, and maybe you just
You should
need
have
to
cards
get
that
rid
say
of it.
that. Closet cleanse. I love that.
Yeah, for
Do you
sure.
do that?
Yeah, I'm updating my business cards right now because I changed my Instagram, and you just can't have an old Instagram on your business card. It's like what?
Because closet cleanse, almost everybody needs that.
Yeah.
Because when you have too much in there,
And you can always take it to
Yeah.
Goodwill if you want to donate it, and then you can always take it to Buffalo Exchange, where they'll give you like a credit to buy other clothes with it. Either one of those are very sustainable.
But
'cause
that's not what we're talking about. What we're
Or-
talking about is making the decision: am I going to keep this or get rid of it?
Okay,
For
well, I
sure.
just heard closet cleanse, and I was
Is
thinking
that
like,
what you're thinking?
I honestly.
well, you could repurpose, but then you could also go to a place like Buffalo Exchange and find something new that you're actually going to wear. Because if
Yes.
it's something you haven't worn in 3 years, the odds of you really making it make a revival are pretty low.
Yeah,
No, I
definitely.
don't think
I'd
so.
say
I
if
think
it's.
in the right creative spirit, you could take a piece of clothing that someone hasn't worn for a while and match it with
repurpose
something,
it.
and match it with something else that they would never have thought of.
Absolutely.
That's what a stylist does.
That is exactly what
Right?
a stylist does. Yes, and I would
That's
say
a fascinating process.
if you want to donate clothing, Buffalo Exchange, I love to. If you want to like get something new, but Goodwill is for profit, and I shop at Goodwill sometimes. But I feel like if you're just gonna give your clothes away, give it to a shelter, give it to a women's center, a men's center,
exactly.
you know,
I'm
someone
with
who's
you.
literally on the street, you just passing by,
with
stop
you.
and give them some clothes. I do
Yeah.
it all the time.
Yeah.
And it goes a lot further because Goodwill definitely has upped their prices over the years, and it's kind of shady to me. But I
Okay,
support
no,
it. It's fine.
Well, I was
It's
also
fine.
trying to remember there's
It's
a-
fine. It's
Wait,
fine.
wait. I gotta say this. Goodwill takes people and they give people jobs. They train them. And I don't know if you know this.
There are
'Cause
both sides, yes. And
Yes.
neither
They
of
do
them
try to
are
help
wrong.
give people jobs.
They
so
do.
that does
They
help.
do.
But wait, I
They-
was trying
yes.
to shed light on that. There was
Okay.
another.
I love Goodwill. We love Goodwill here.
I love Goodwill.
But there
We
was
love Goodwill.
another clothes donation charity we talked to on the show like about a year ago. What were they called?
Well, it's always the Salvation Army too. This
Yeah,
one.
Yeah.
there's one.
Well,
but this
we're
was a more local one.
We're having on the the end of October. We're having UMOM on, and that's a charity where
Yeah,
you
that's
can.
a good one.
Yes, that's a great one.
For donating clothes.
For
Amazing.
donating to single moms that have children and
Yes.
they don't
See,
have jobs yet, and
more
they're
about
yeah.
practicality.
UMOM,
No shade on
UMOM.
Goodwill.
They're gonna be
Love
on the show.
Love
UMOM,
Goodwill.
UMOM.
But you can donate it to a better place.
You can donate it to
Yeah.
a better place if you just want to give your things away. But we love Goodwill. We love it.
And
Okay.
don't let it end up in the trash. If
Exactly.
you're going to donate it, at least get it to somewhere. Get it
Because then
somewhere.
it'll end up in a landfill.
But let's go
chilling
back to like
or-
I have
Or here.
a lot of clothes that I like go through and I say, or not go through, but I'll go to get ready and I'm like, I want to wear this.
Mhm.
I've been keeping it. And I'm like, oh, not today, not today.
Oh,
And I say that all the time.
well, that's your fault, honey. Wear your clothes.
But yeah, okay, that's cute. But,
Not today.
but I don't know. Like, I'm like, oh, that's not comfortable. Or,
Oh, okay.
I'm too hot in that. Or, that's too tight.
Yeah.
Should I get those? I should probably get rid of those things.
Yeah, absolutely. If can I curse on you?
Yes.
Yeah.
If it's not a hell yes, it's a fuck no.
Hell
Okay?
yeah.
That is my
Oh,
motto.
I like
that.
that.
That's my motto
Oh,
when I'm
that's a good one.
shopping. When I'm
Yeah.
taking
Oh, I
people
like that.
shopping, I'm
Okay.
always
That'd
like,
be a hell yes.
you know,
That's a fuck
Oh.
no.
when I'm taking
Okay.
people shopping and doing personal shopping, I tell them all the time, I'm like, hey, put everything your heart desires in the cart. Put
Yeah.
it all in there. You don't
Yeah,
ever
yes,
want to
yes,
like
yes.
psych yourself out and be like, oh, I can't afford that or I can't do that or blah, blah, blah.
Yes,
As
yes,
soon
yes.
as you put it on, if it makes you feel incredible, that is something that you could absolutely consider buying. And that's the process. It's like yes, no, maybe, say yes at first, then we're picking through and you're like, oh, maybe I'll take this. It's not really worth it. And then you have have your absolute no's. It doesn't fit. It doesn't make you comfortable. It's not breathable. You know, whatever. But yeah, that's my motto.
I love that you talk about comfort so much because
Yes.
it's so important to feel good when you go out. It's so confusing to me.
Yes.
People that wear shoes that are super uncomfortable or outfits that are like, oh my God, I'm dying. It's like, shouldn't
Too tight,
step
or-
one be that you're in something that you feel confident and comfortable in? It's so confusing. I mean, I guess some shoes, like women that are wearing heels that are might be uncomfortable. Sometimes they've got to go for it with that, but like
Yeah.
some outfits, it's like you could definitely find a more comfortable option and don't have to subject yourself to this pain.
For sure.
Yeah.
I agree. Honestly, I didn't have a car until I was 28. Like, I got my very first car at 28 years old. I'm now 29. So very recent. And so with saying that, I've lived in Arizona since 2017. And we all know Arizona is not very much of a walkable place. It's very hot. You know, these weather conditions can turn on you. So I always had to make sure that I was comfortable while taking public transportation and still being able to show up as my best self while introducing myself to other fashion professionals alike, or just, you know, stepping out into the world, because you never know who you're going to meet when you go outside. So yeah, that's why comfort is a big priority for me.
Same here.
So what's the rule? Like, because I've had some fashionistas
Mm-hmm.
that try to declutter your closet. Tell me that if you put something, if you haven't worn something in a while, you have to put it to the front of your closet and say, I'm going to wear this in the next 3 days. And if you don't wear it, you should donate it if you haven't worn it in years.
That seems like a interesting idea. I feel like if you haven't worn it in a while and you're seeing it while doing the closet cleanse, like, you know if you're gonna wear it. You know what I mean? You don't need to test yourself with 3 days. That's just giving you more time to procrastinate, because you're gonna be like, oh, I still have 2 days. I still have 1 day. I still have 18 hours.
It does
You know
sound
what
like
I mean?
procrastination
Yeah.
mindset. Yeah.
Yeah, so if, you know, with the closet cleanse, it's like, hey, do you really like this? What do you like about it? And, you know, how does it make you feel when you put it on? And if it's not really good things, well, let's put it in the bag.
And then there's some things that you have that maybe you paid full price for it. And you're like, I don't want to ruin it.
That's the worst.
I know.
Yes.
You're like, I don't want to wear this because I don't want to ruin it. And that is really bad. So I don't like to buy
What do you
anything
mean?
full price
I don't
anymore.
understand. You don't want to ruin it. If you
I know,
wear-
that is-
I would wear it and
That
ruin
confused
it.
me so much. You bought the object to wear it and use it to make you happy. Like, what? Even if you do ruin it, it's a thing for you to use.
Yeah.
What do you
Like-
mean ruin it?
Yeah, give us an
Just by
example.
wearing it?
Well, like,
That's like hoarding. Like, oh, my precious shoes. I cannot risk my shoes. Like, no, wear the fucking shoes.
Those are so
No,
beautiful.
okay,
I don't even
like a
want to
dress,
wear them.
like
I just
a-
want to look at them.
like there's a dress that I have that every time I'm like, oh, I want to wear that. I'm like, oh, I paid full price for that. Not right now.
So then,
What?
in a weird way, you're a
I don't
prisoner.
understand.
You're like in a prison of the dress. It has power over you. You're scared of the
So
dress.
I have to wear it.
Yeah, you have to wear it. Like, I know you like to go out and
Wear it or
eat.
share it.
Wear it.
Use it or
while you're
lose
going out
it,
to eat,
because
you know,
everything
something.
everything has
Okay,
an
I will.
expiration
Okay.
date. Even
Yeah.
clothes end up falling apart. So if you're not going to use it, you should give it to somebody who's going to. Like,
Yeah.
people, it's
Okay.
sad when people hoard stuff and don't use it. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
wear
definitely wear your clothes. You know, clothes are an investment. We have to wear them by societal norms. Wish I could be running around naked, but
I think
you
there
can't.
is a naked colony somewhere, but who wants to really live with those people?
I
So
don't
that's-
know. I
yeah.
like
they're-
dressing.
They don't
Yeah.
like deodorant either, so
Dang.
yeah.
But you know, wear your clothes, love your clothes, and remember that, like, it's just like a season. You know, that's why they have all of these different fashion shows with different seasons, because as time goes on, your mood changes, your energy around what you want to look like and stuff changes. So wear it while you can, and then let it go.
So how do you, when you are with a client and you're trying to, do you take them shopping to help them decide what to add that they need in their wardrobe?
Yes, sometimes it's like that where they need staple items. Sometimes
What are
they're
your
just-
staples?
Well, there are like, okay, so you want to, it depends on where you live, obviously, but like your trench coat, your white button up, your white tank top, you know, a good t-shirt, like your jeans, a good pair of jeans that fit. These are all staples that are universal, not my personal ones.
Right.
But like everybody should have one of
What about for a
everything. That's
guy?
the goal. For the guy, it's kind of along the same lines. I mean, you just don't include stuff. Well, I wouldn't even say you don't include anything. People wear all types of different clothes, no matter who they are. So It's all just like what you want to wear, and just making sure that you have variety, because you don't want to have 5 of the same gray t-shirts or something similar.
So a lot of guys dress like that.
That is very true, and I'm so sorry. I really want to help. I do, because I feel like you
They
guys
don't
get the
care.
short end of the stick.
They don't care.
Unless it's luxury fashion, then you guys get so many options. But on a non-luxury scale, I feel like it's definitely like that. But that's where it comes in, where it's like, okay, if you do have 5 gray t-shirts, right? You might want one to be a graphic t-shirt. You want one to have like some buttons on it, or something to differentiate it, even though they're all gray.
Chet, do you wear like a certain brand and just keep buying that same brand, or do you like to?
Yeah,
mix it
because
up?
I have some favorite brands, and then just like to, but I'll wear different styles within that same brand, so it switches it up. But I definitely prioritize comfort. So once I find a style or cut of shirt that I like, then I'll just buy like a bunch of different patterns in that style, because I'm also pretty tall, so finding shirts that fit me properly height wise is also a challenge. So
yeah, that's really great. I'm so happy that you do that. And I think more people should adapt to that, because it's like when you find something that works for you, keep going with it. Me personally, I don't like shirts that like just go straight across my bust, because it makes my shoulders look really broad. A lot of the women in my shoulders have broad shoulders, and I just don't like that. So I'm not gonna buy that.
You mean the square thing?
Yeah. When it's just a square, I want to say it's like A-line. Don't quote me right now. But, maybe a halter works better for me, or something like that, and I'll tend to buy stuff like that because it works.
So where do you see your event going forward? Because I feel like it has so much potential to like go on the road and like tour with other big.
You literally said it.
With other big like other big fashion cities. Like I feel like it would sell so many tickets in LA or like New York, and all it's gonna take is like one designer that has a big like national or international following to like see your idea and be like, oh wait, this should be a bigger thing, that goes to multiple cities, because it's such a cool idea, and then you could feature other artists in those cities. So I just think it has so much potential to start going places.
You're literally inside of my brain. That's so crazy. That is my real plan with the Black Heart event, is to go to other cities and support people's economies by directly casting all of the talent from that specific city. And keep it multimedia, keep it about fashion and sustainability and getting people networking and stuff. But I really want to take it on tour. It's been something I've been thinking about for like 2 years now. And I've sponsored my own shows up until this point. This is the first time I've ever had a sponsor ever. And it's still
that
at
shows
the
you
point,
put in so much work to those other years, because doing it without a sponsor is so difficult.
It's hard. It's hard. Like literally, sometimes not paying certain things so that I could put it towards the show. And that's just what we do as creatives for our art. It doesn't matter who you are or what you're doing. You just make sacrifices like that. And it always comes back in some sort of way. In the past, I've always like pretty much broke even as far as just like paying people out, and then, paying for the actual show costs. Maybe got to pay a bill or two in there, and then that's it, But I do see this show becoming something that's world renowned. I see myself, the first 6 cities that I really want to go with. I obviously love Phoenix, Honolulu. I would like to do LA.
Ooh, can we go to Honolulu?
Yeah, absolutely.
The show will go on the road.
One of my friends literally just told me that she's been there for 26 years and she has so many connections that she would love for me to do it there. So that's all definitely in the cards.
What about Maui?
She's in Honolulu, so we probably just stick with Honolulu.
Okay.
But Honolulu, New York, LA, Paris, and Miami, or somewhere in Florida, because I'm from Florida originally. But that is really the plan.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of fashion in Miami. Like Miami has that, what's it called? Fashion Basel?
Art Basel.
Art Basel, yeah.
I want to go this year.
Yeah, it's a big art show, but there's a lot of fashion designers.
What's it called?
Art Basel.
Yeah.
Basel?
Yeah.
It's one of like the coolest art events anywhere.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so many artists from around the world.
It's world famous.
Yeah, it's incredible. I've never been, but I've heard so much about it from my friends who have gone over the years. And this year I want to go. Yeah. But I really appreciate it. I almost got emotional when you were just reading my whole brain out loud like that. because I've never mentioned it to you guys. So it's like, whoa.
Well, it literally feels like it already should be in more cities. It's just a matter of that one like big famous designer noticing it and promoting it, and then it'll go there.
So how
it's
do
like you
people get
already
tickets?
have the
How do people
product.
go?
Well,
What
it's
does
just
it
marketing
cost?
promotion.
She said it's
How
at
does that-
$150 for the VIP. How much
Yes,
is the
but
GA
what are the we
again?
didn't talk about GA tickets.
Yeah, for sure. So general admission has a few different options just because
Okay.
well, everybody has a few different options, but general admission is fashion show only. That's $45, or you can do the afterglow for $30. Those are separated tickets.
Oh.
And then we have a special going on right now for early bird tickets, where both the afterglow and the fashion show are only $50.
Okay.
And then in a
That's a big
month
deal.
it'll go up to $70.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but that's pretty affordable. I know what kind of experience I'm bringing, so I'm like, I hope everybody
So
comes.
define what afterglow means.
Afterglow, it's a better version of an after party. I think that certain words have connotations, and I want this to be available to all types of people, whether it's in a professional setting or, you know, someone who just wants an experience, but they're more of a just a normal person. I say normal because I'm such a creative, and you know, you're a creative, and it's like, this isn't normal. Actually, we're one of the few, you know.
But if someone
So-
buys tickets for the afterglow, are they going to miss the fashion
They
show?
are gonna miss the fashion show if they don't buy a joint ticket.
Oh.
Dude, it's 2 tickets. She already said that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
You gotta
know.
listen.
There's 2 tickets. I did listen.
And there's
That-
this joint
the
ticket.
fl-
It's,
no,
it's
I
50
did listen.
bucks.
So why would somebody just want to come and do the glow and miss the fashion show?
If they're
Maybe
busy,
they're not
then-
interested, or they could be
Timing-wise,
busy.
yeah.
yeah. So many different options or reasonings, and I don't want
and here,
people.
remember now, if
One
someone
idea that I
goes-
have
if
to-
someone's
oh.
going to both, they're going to go to the fashion show. Then there's a 2-hour break where they have to leave
Yes.
and come back. So that
Mm.
so they're going to go out to a restaurant or
Go have
something
dinner.
else.
Yeah, we'll be right
And then come
downtown.
back.
Because there's not really food there.
Right.
Right.
So you're really planning a very total evening. It starts actually in the early,
In the early afternoon, yeah.
You know, going to 6 and then going out and then coming back and staying out to how late will it last?
12 a.m.
12
From
a.m.
Fun.
8
baby.
p.m. to 12 a.m. I
Will there
know.
be food trucks outside if people want to just stay
No.
there and have food?
You know,
No.
the Arizona Center is.
No, there's too many
It's not
restaurants.
very
there. It's not food
accommodating
truck.
either.
No, no.
Yeah, and there are so many restaurants around. Like we're
Okay.
You're
we're
downtown.
literally like
Yes.
2 blocks
Yeah.
from all the baseball stadiums and you
Oh,
know the
lots of
light
restaurants.
rails
There's
right
plenty,
there.
yeah.
Like everything is so accessible. I didn't want people to have to depend on me for much other than the experience.
Yeah, yeah.
So one question I have,
Mhm.
are you gonna have wine at the VIP tasting beforehand? Because if you want to lure all of her friends in there, you should have them do some type of a wine tasting for
Yeah.
that
That's a
VIP
good
hour.
idea.
'Cause
Ooh.
She and all of her friends that would love to go to that
Yes.
VIP hour, I already know you all are gonna be like, "What wine
That's
is there?"
incredible, and I
Well,
love
of
it.
course,
so-
us here at the show, we all
she
get free
could-
tickets.
But she could help you.
We
she,
get free
Don't
tickets,
say
too.
that, but we want to support your event. We'll buy them. But you know what I'm sure she would do though is I'm sure you would source a few Arizona wines from like Sam Pillsbury, because the way he makes his wine is really like art.
Wow.
So you
It
would
is,
be
it
adding
is.
another aspect to your show that's would be showcasing an Arizona winemaker who he really does love his wine so much. It becomes artwork.
I love that.
That
But
is
it'll
so
just be
true.
another
That is true.
option at the bar for people to, I know they can't buy drinks there, but for them to redeem their drink tickets, it'll be cool to showcase some Arizona wine.
Well,
Just
I
an
agree
idea.
with Chet. That is a
Just
great
an
idea for you.
But
to
I know
showcase.
you're gonna want wine at the VIP.
I will.
thing.
I will.
Well,
Yeah.
I think
She
you'll
doesn't
settle
drink
for champagne.
cocktails.
No. I want
Well,
Arizona
see,
wine.
The thing about
I want
it was,
Arizona wine.
we just want to create an elevated experience. So I really do love that idea, and I'm going to put that into action because that's the type of experience we want to give them while at the mixer. It's for them to enjoy these views and feel VIP.
Well, I know there's a few more tickets they're gonna sell to her friends right off the bat.
Amazing.
If
Yeah.
there's wine there.
Yeah, definitely. I
So
love
wait,
that.
would you entertain using or having local vintners there with local wine?
So the entertainment for the VIP mixer, we have an opera singer.
Oh,
actually.
that's very cool.
Yeah, we're gonna have some
Cool.
opera and just like some nice instrumentalists to sit with us and just, you know, it's not about let me overstimulate you at this VIP mixer. You're gonna be stimulated throughout the whole night. You know what I mean? This is so people can have a sense of peace before the event, sit and, you know, enjoy themselves and get really relaxed without it being so chaotic.
I love
Yeah.
that. That's a
Yeah.
great answer.
And
I know all the
meetings.
Scottsdale middle-aged women. They flock like flies to honey when they hear there's a wine tasting.
That's
Oh
true.
yeah. Oh yeah.
No, he's right. You need to have a wine tasting.
Yeah,
She already
for sure.
agreed.
So-
She already agreed
I
that
bet
she's going
you're
to include
agreeing.
that.
Is there going to be a wine tasting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So far, what's scheduled for the wine?
What do you? Oh, I don't have a schedule right
Why
now.
don't Why don't you help her and source a few bottles?
Well, that would be Richard. Richard
Okay.
is the professional wino. He's the one that is. Richard is the one that is besties with all the wine owners. He's the wine judge. He's in the wine books. All that.
Yeah, for sure.
Richard Betts
I
is
would
the
love
one.
that. See, the thing about it is, with this event, when you mentioned it going on tour and stuff,
Mhm.
sponsorships are how things are going to happen.
Mhm.
I know that I have a great idea. I know I provide a lot to this community and essentially the economy. I mean, my vendors sell out all the time. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, people are really.
Wait, what are they selling?
They're selling all types of stuff, whatever they're selling.
Such as?
Jewelry, clothing, artwork, small sculptures, like whatever their artwork is, the vendors tend to change over time.
There's a lot of demand.
Yeah,
People
so
love their
much.
local art.
Yeah, so I definitely know that with more sponsorships, I could do more and provide more money to go in people's pockets who are involved in the event.
So your event's December 14th.
Yeah.
It's downtown. Do we have time to get local Arizona vintners, like Sam
What,
Pillsbury?
to
No, that makes
Yeah.
it more
No,
complicated.
no. That's not what I'm asking. Hold on. I'm asking, is it too late to get local wine companies to come in and bring their wine?
So when you're
Not
doing
at
an
all.
event, first of all, the
Okay,
whole
okay.
liquor thing, licensing, blah blah blah, is like a fucking minefield.
Mhm.
It's so
Oh.
complicated and crazy,
Oh.
and it can be really expensive. So
Okay.
once you have that dialed in,
Yeah, I have a friend who works for RNDC, and she's
Good.
been. I sent her a sponsorship letter via email, and she's been talking to some people. She said no one's gotten back to her just yet. I
Okay.
do know that things take time.
Mhm.
I'm not here to rush anything. I'll make it happen. So.
So do you
I
think
just
it's
love
too
that.
complicated at this point
it
for
depends on
December
how they're
14th?
licensed and what's going
How are you
on.
licensed?
So there's no liquor license. This is why we can't sell an alcohol
Oh.
ticket.
But it's a
Yeah,
tasting.
like-
You just pour people taste. It's
Right,
not
it's
selling.
just a small amount,
So,
and that
okay.
could be set up. There's, we're definitely going to have the bars up
Okay.
on the 11th floor.
Yeah.
That's already cleared by Faith, and
Good.
everything's fully transparent. So there's
Yeah.
no sneaking. We're good.
Good, no,
But
good.
I just can't.
But
Like,
if nobody's able to sell it, then it's just like a
That's
sample.
why you
It's
should just
just
have a few
yeah.
bottles and do a tasting. Why do
Exactly.
you keep trying to make it more than
Okay,
that?
no,
It's
that
so
could
com-
happen.
simple.
yeah,
Simple.
like
We can still talk.
the
We can
VIP capacity is only 30 people.
Oh,
so
cool.
Oh, really?
absolutely,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is not a free
Oh,
for
that's
all.
good.
We are not trying to
That's
have everybody
nice.
in VIP.
That's very nice.
No, it's very much
Exclusive.
exclusive.
Okay.
We're creating
Okay,
an
okay.
experience.
VIP should be exclusive. Now,
Yeah.
one more question. Black Heart.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have an artist doing a logo or a design that represents that?
That's a great question.
I have been wanting to get a logo done. I had some renditions in the past, but I didn't really like them.
Yeah.
So I've just been using my regular logo, which I'll
Which
show
is
you
what it
guys.
shows.
It's like this cool design that my first assistant made, and then we got it digitalized in Brazil. But it's super textured. So we just use that for now.
Okay.
But I do want to eventually create
Nice.
a
Very
logo.
cool.
Yeah,
That's nice. I
that would
like
be
that.
good to have that.
So
just,
what is
you
the
know,
meaning of Black Heart?
The Black Heart event is just
No. What does Black Heart mean?
Oh, Black Heart. Yeah. So basically, the color black is like a freaking portal. You can it can be whatever you want it to be. It's all encompassing of all the colors. It's basically just like saying we're all here and we're all together. You know what I mean? We're all in the same conglomeration, the same
Love
bubble.
that.
Like we're all together.
And it's the most universal thing you can
Yeah.
wear in fashion, for sure.
Yes.
It goes
So
with
true.
everything.
It
You
goes with
always look
everything.
good.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
that.
And it's the
oh,
standard.
universal
It's completely
fashion.
the standard. Yeah.
Chet, there you go. That could
I
be
love
added
that.
to your Black Heart Universal Fashion.
Yeah.
No, it's a great
Oh,
name. Why would you
my
try to
goodness.
add anything to it?
I want to
No,
add it.
like
No.
I think if
Or I wanna
when I'm
steal it.
explaining, maybe I could just say that. But no, it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, it is really cool.
Yeah.
So we have a few more minutes left. So what's on your bucket list? Like for the next, where do you see this going in the next few years?
In the next few years, I definitely see this being a worldwide show.
Okay.
I see this being a show that's very renowned for its ability to give people a chance. so many people out here who are so talented and so hardworking. Like one of my models casted from Kentucky. She's coming out here. Her family is coming out here from Kentucky.
Really?
We had a model who casted, and she was literally in Turkey. And she's like, I want to be a part of this. Like, can I please cast for you? You know what I mean? So people who show up for themselves, I want to give themselves that chance. I remember starting off and, you know, moving here without it being a plan. I came here because I was in something so toxic and just came here.
You moved here from where?
New York.
Okay.
And, you know, when I came out here, I was just looking for people to give me a chance too. I didn't know a lot. I didn't have a lot under my belt, but I was just introducing myself. I was telling people about my skills and, you know, what I wanted to accomplish and my goals and desires. And people gave me a chance. I'm so emotional right now because this is so cool. People gave me a chance.
But it's full circle because your event is giving other people a chance.
It's giving people a chance. Yeah. I literally showcased in Paris. I have modeled in New York Fashion Week. Like, this is all because someone gave me one chance to be the stylist assistant to the stylist, to the designer in a fashion show.
Incredible.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I took that and I ran with it and I showed up for myself and people continuously show up for me and I'm so grateful. So grateful. This is going to be incredible.
Well, so just so you know that Gallery Andrea is our family art gallery, and it's won Best Art Gallery 5 years in a row. And my sister, but the reason I'm bringing this up is my younger sister and my mom, they have a fashion brand that's called Wearable Art. Mm-hmm. And you should, I don't know if it's too late to get them into the show with some of their, they make dresses and scarves and purses and everything's one of a kind from the art pieces.
I would love to see that because, you know, go big or go home. Remember when I was saying that earlier?
Yes.
At the fashion
and they're always in the fashion shows. A lot of people, they're always in the local sustainable fashion shows.
At the Afterglow, if I do like some of the looks, I would love to have some models just walking around. Because when the fashion show is happening, we'll have 6 models that are beside the opera singer to just, you know, create that ambiance and they'll be the models walking around at the VIP mixer. So maybe they can walk around at the Afterglow and just, you know, have on these cool designs.
Perfect. Let's talk about it.
Yeah,
so next question is, how do you find your models? We have like 3 minutes left.
Okay.
How do you find your models? Like, how do you decide this is who I want? This is the guy, this is the girl. And is it co-ed? Are there girls and guys?
For sure, yes. Definitely co-ed. I love to include everybody who wants to show up and who definitely knows how to walk. The way that I cast my models are based off of their personality.